Okay, so first we are going to talk about the BlackBerry timeline, what they've been through throughout their history until they reached the status of today. Then, what makes BlackBerry so successful in the rise time? And after that, we're going to answer the question of what really went wrong with them, what happened there in the analysis, some analysis of some aspects of what went wrong with them, and also a good mix of company leadership success as a conclusion of what I've observed from this case. So BlackBerry started in 84 and from 84 to 82 with more of a startup mode where they were doing different technology projects in different aspects of different areas until they reached the point of 1999, where they launched their masterpiece of BlackBerry, where it was a handheld, which is actually getting the emails in a more direct manner. It's always connected. It's getting the email directly, and from there you can see the emails and messaging. This was appealing for many companies, but there was no alternative at that time. They were more dominant. So they went also listed in Nasdaq in the same year, and also they survived the dot-com bubble burst, and then their shares and performance were really well. They spread all over the world, everywhere, and BlackBerry was really the trend of that time. Then from 2005, and this was the case until 2005, 2007, many changes happened in the technology landscape. In the customer needs, and also in the arrival of new competitors, especially the iPhone, which Apple launched in 2007. From there, they started to face many problems, including these competitors' arrivals, compliance issues, quality issues in the products, and then this is where their leadership really come into the question. And from 2010 and then 2010, 2011, many problems happened, market pressures. They still keep on technology focused. They try to put different alternatives to solve their problems, including focus more on the messaging, but then they were distracted by, again, to focus more on technology, on quality and infrastructure of what they are doing. And as they ended up in 2013. BlackBerry discontinued as a service, and they now focus more on security as a security service, cybersecurity service company. Oh, what makes BlackBerry so successful? What made them so successful are mainly three things. They had a pioneer technology, which actually with a high met a high market demand at that time, and they had a unique commercial model. So first, their pioneer technology, this came up from they provide a bundle of a handheld, a service, which was secure and also doing at a very good speed and always connected device, and this was for the enterprises, very good thing. Another thing which happened that they focus also on the corporate markets where the big demand was, where they provide this bundle together the service they provide. It was by mobile operators, and no special infrastructure needed at that time from the companies, and they also provided instant messaging. Back then, the BBM, the BlackBerry Messenger, was the trend. There was no the WhatsApp, but had a very relatively limited market to the BBM. The BBM was really the trend to get connected to the people. So the business model also at that time with this commercial model where they sell you by the operator, the handheld, and the flat fee for subscription for the messaging and the email was really the unique, which nobody else was providing the same. So with this mix, they were really very, very successful, but they were focused on two things: on messaging, on the handheld, and mainly the messaging and the email and security features in their products and service. But this didn't survive for long. because from 2005, 2007, as I mentioned, the market dynamics changed and things changed really drastically, but their leadership was not up to what's happening. So what happened? What really went wrong with them? First, their leadership went through many failures, including in the leadership teams themselves, having two CEOs and the head of the company, poor decision making, not being effective in their decisions as well, and improper styles had been used, leadership styles have been used. For example, they were using democratic style in the time of crisis, commanding when going to experts and to telling them what to do, which is not supposed to be the case. And there was missing pace setting style, which needed for some of the quality issues they were facing in their product. Also, the leadership failed to manage themselves properly. It's failure of self-management. They were inaccurate in assessing the situation with underestimating competition, assuming that market will remain the same and they are dominant, assuming they will remain regardless of the situation, and they didn't manage well the relationship with the providers as the providers evolved in their needs. Also, they ignored totally the part of the B2C, which is actually help Apple on this other side to to flourish more. The poor decision making, as I mentioned, and also politics take over between the team, and the team started to be divided between the CEOs, and that there was conflict of interest in policies and leadership. Then the second thing, the strategy. The strategy was not present there, so the leadership failed. The strategy missing purpose. There was no purpose in whatever they were doing. They lost their direction. On the other hand, Apple was really very good on this, and they applied their purpose very strongly in multiple products in multiple areas, and they succeed, Apple. But Blackberry didn't have this. They didn't have values to stand for from their strategy, and this is a key thing, because missing purpose, missing value, no vision, and this is what we see in this crisis. Also, they missed or they lost their unique strategic position, because their strategic position was based on a need which was, well, with their mix which they have today, they were be able. They were imitated easily by other alternatives which fulfill the same need easily, and then so they missed this strategic advantage. And they didn't read the market trends properly. They focus on operation efficiencies and not having a proper strategy. And this is classical of what Michael Porter warned: not focus much on operation efficiencies, put the direction as well, and put them together. They didn't do this. And last but not least, the team dysfunction. They are a classic example of team dysfunction at all levels. Absence of trust between leadership and teams, fear of conflict took place between the leadership and teams as well. Lack of commitment. Nobody committed to go and solve the issues they are facing. And also there was no accountability. The quality issue is a very famous example of what we've seen. And also the teams started to focus, distracted by the political conflicts, rather than on the issues, on the topics in hand. So these are the three things which really went wrong there. So in a nutshell, just to conclude, what we can say that a good mix, leadership with a strategy and team, is the good mix to success. So we need the leadership to master different leadership styles and know how and when to use them. Communication is a key with the teams. Focus on getting results and getting things done. Listen, adapt, change faster, and improve their decision making. This with a clear strategy, with a purpose, value, and target market and product. Create a mix of activities that really give a good advantage to this company or to the product in hand, and the team engaged with trust, operate in a safe environment where the conflicts can be used and can serve for good. Members are committed to the results. Accountability is clear and everybody know what they need to do. They are very full focus on the result to be done. Thank you for your time.